Hello, good morning, everybody. Today we are going to talk about a very important topic called as Hora and Muhurta, which is a free course to everyone, and it is going to give lot of insights about how to get success. And what is success? Success is all about getting the resource and also to sustain it. So these are the two things which every human being is looking forward, because wealth is all about getting it, the source, and also it should sustain. So, with the objective of the wealth and the growth is always based on the success factor. And once my students were asking, sir, kindly teach us how to use Hora and the Muhurta for the human success. So it was a long pending topic, which I thought, let me give a free course to everybody so that everybody use the very important two concepts of using the time. So whenever you are using the time properly, the Shastra will give you a lot of knowledge related to how to take your own life and your goals into success. And the practitioners of Jyotish Shastra, the root of Jyotish Shastra has come from the word called as Hora. So today I am going to talk about the following things. First thing is what is success? That is the first topic. And the second topic is I am going to talk about why the quality of time, which is Muhurta, is very important in astrology. And the third, what is the base of Panchanga, which is related to the Muhurta. And the fourth is we are going to talk about Hora and the Vara. So there are two main Hora and the Vara, and we are going to touch Vara a little bit more to understand how to use that in our advantage. This is the schedule for the today. Okay, so I'm going to talk about success. So everybody is looking for success. So those who are coming with for consultation or any queries related to astrology to me, always ask only one thing: sir, when I will be successful? And the success factor will be associated either with his profession. The success will be always associated with marriage. The success will be related to progeny. The success will be related to education, whatsoever. So, but how to get the success? That is a very important topic. And we live in a every day on a 24 hours, and which is the root of Jyotish Shastra. And people learn management sciences, MBA, but the God has given you knowledge through a natural management program of time. How good you use it to your advantage is the question mark. So today we are going to learn that management principles which are given directly by the God. So let us, once one Jyotish student of mine asked, sir, what is success? Can you define it? So let me define what is success means. Success is determined by three factors. What are the three factors for success? So let us understand that. One is your mind always should be having the highest concentration, because if your mind is highly concentrated without any deviation, whatever be the topic, you will be successful in that. And for checking the quality of mind, the highest point of mind is also possible through Muhurta knowledge. I will explain you in the duration of this course, because this is going to be a series of videos on the free course. I will be taking that class of how to get the highest kind of concentration of mind, because success is coming from three major factors. One is concentration of the mind. If mind says yes, everything has become yes automatically. Second is how to have determined effort towards the goals. And and the third factor is the will of God. If all the three are joined together, holding the hands, the success is directly given to you without any hindrance. And if you notice, the middle part is called as efforts. So what is that efforts is all about? So that is what we are going to see now. What is determined effort means? Determined effort is nothing but to see the quality of time. Quality of time. Because every day there is certain knowledge which is related to the quality of time which is required. If you are able to understand the quality of time and able to use it properly, the success is going to knock your door. And today we are going to learn the how that all the three things will be naturally can be acquired. So this is the first and foremost is the three things. And as I told you, even for the concentration of mind, there is a possibility, a method in which you can understand whether today the activity which I am going to do, my concentration will be there and towards that activity or not. Second thing is, then the second part is why Muhurta is very important. This is another question which came from our one of my Jyotish student, also some of the followers. They used to ask me, sir, the horoscope matching and all these things, we are actually seeing the number of points that alone is enough or not. Okay. There are so many factors, not only the horoscope matching. The another matching is the Muhurta and how much knowledge you are having to understand what Muhurta is that particular day. Because you, whenever anybody who had got married definitely should know that your marriage would have conducted in a certain Muhurta. Because in Tamil, in our native state, we put the marriage invitation as Muhurtam. So that Muhurta is a very important mathematical point in which some important activity takes place. But whether that activity is going to have the determined effort or not, who is going to examine that? Do you have that knowledge? Or you are blindly following by someone has recommended you? So this course is going to impart that knowledge which you were lagging all this time, all these years, all these days. So now we are going to learn that how are we going to find the quality of Muhurta on that particular day. And definitely, if you see all the points, the correct mathematical points, that is not at all possible for us to have the perfect Muhurta. So what are we doing actually? We are actually doing compromises. But the compromises also should have certain value or a pass point. If there are too many compromises, then the result will be not so good. It will be negative. Okay. Now, I will explain that student in an appropriate manner why Muhurta is important. Now, imagine a farmer wants to plant a seed. He is having a very huge field, agricultural field, and he wants to know when to plant the seed. So it is directly associated with the time. You have to do it on the springs, not when there is a dry climate prevailing in your state or the country. And you should have some kind of meteorological knowledge. So definitely you are going to see the sky, and you will be also seeing whether that is a good climate, whether it is not winter, it is not a dry climate, it is having the springs. And when you are planting the seed on the spring, then definitely the yield is going to be as per your expectation. But if you are timing it wrong and you are planting the seed in a different timing than what you are supposed to, then it will give you adverse results. So this is a simple principle which is associated with the Muhurta also. I hope I had explained you in a neat and clear manner how to understand Muhurta. Now, third point is you have to understand Panchanga. Panchanga means 5 limbs, okay? But how to understand the 5 limbs? That is very important. So you should understand also what is 5 limbs. So how are we going to understand 5 limbs? So Panchanga is very important element to see the right Muhurta. Panchanga means Pancha Anga. That means 5 parts or organs of any time and controlling different elements of time. And that is why it is called as Pancha Anga. So all these 5 limbs should be in a proper position at the time of your muhurta to give the desired results. So, and that is what you should understand. Okay. Now, the fourth point is about the hora. And to my great surprise, when I started teaching Jyotish, and I started my own school 7-8 years ago, the people used to join my classes, and many of them would already had completed the Jyotish Shastra. They got certificates, but I used to ask them very simple question: what is hora? What is hora? Very elementary type of question, but many people fail on it. So so the commoners also definitely have no idea about hora. And we live and every day on the 24 hours. So today, let us learn what is hora means. Ho and ra. There are 2 words which is associated on the hora. So ho means ahora, ahoratra, and ra stands for ratri, which stands for day and night, which is associated with a span of 12 hours each, making it to 24 hours. And the day is ruled by sun and the night is ruled by moon. And these 2 are the direct luminaries in the sky. So it is not a rocket science for you to understand these 2 luminaries, because if you see the sky, there are only two light elements. One is sun, another is moon. And these 2, whenever associating together 12 hours each, so everybody knew also that the sun is a very essential component of supplying all the resources. And one of the main important resources is our food. That is why hora, which is associated with our food or money. Because if you don't have money or wealth, then the food buying is not possible. So that is why this 24 hours is very important principle for you to understand how are you going to manage your finances. How are you going to gain as much number of resources which is given by God? Are you able to take all these resources to your advantage, or you are mismanaging it? That is what you should understand. So taking a decision at the right time, at the right hora, with all the Vedic principles which you are having associated with it, definitely the success will going to follow. If it fails, I am going to give you a guarantee you will never fail in that activity. And if you fail, let me know also. So that much confidence we are having in the science. So hora is a direct principle which is associated with the 2 luminaries, which is sun, another is moon. Now, sun is a direct provider of all the resources. And one of the important example which I want to give is the plants. If the plant wants to give you the food, the crops, the yield, which you are taking rice, wheat, and all this stuff from the plants, vegetables, and all this stuff. So photosynthesis is a very basic element, because without sunlight, the food for that particular plant is not prepared. And if the plant is not preparing, you are not going to get it. So the very important source is sun. That is why the science is directly associated with astrology. So it is not a science which is not approved and so on. It is all completely nonsense. This particular science is having a lot of groundwork. You need to go very deep into it to understand it. Then only you can understand this beautiful science. So sun is a basic giver of all the resources on the universe. And one of the direct principle is photosynthesis. And without a photosynthesis, no particular food can be prepared. And if the plants are not preparing, you will not get it as well. So what is happening is scarcity and poverty. So the lack of knowledge of hora on the sun gives you complete scarcity. There is no supply. However, in the night 12 hours, whatever you gained in the morning, it has to be sustained. That is why the moon takes up the role of sustenance. So they both together, supply and as well as sustenance together, forms hora. That is why the second house becomes the storage of food, Because for tomorrow, if you don't have food to be stored today, then there should be a scarcity in your home, correct? And we normally used to stock in a certain kind of food stuff in our house. Similarly, the wealth or the savings are kept in the bank. And Hora is exactly talking about the same. And there is a possibility that if you use your time carefully, so whatever the saving which you had can multiply. That is the principle and beauty of Hora. And whomsoever is having the knowledge of that particular science will perform wonderful. They know how to manage the science. So God has simply said, I have made two kind of horas for you. One is horoscope, that is your horoscope, which is coming from the root word of hora. And the scope is how are you going to use it. If you know the time at which you are born and you know the natural time, how the time has to be managed, then you are going to be certified as MBA. This is what God has said, horoscope, by giving a horoscope to you. But God has also asked you to learn this wonderful science and terminology called as Hora. But how many people have really learned it, rather giving your own horoscope to somebody else to read it? That is what your achievement is, correct? So today we are going to make you to understand your own horo and scope, so that it has come from where? Hora. It is called horoscope and you are going to learn it. And the second fundamental principle of the Hora is to use it, the time management, the 24 hours is given to me as well as to everybody. How are we going to use that Hora is the second science which I am going to impart in this particular session. And the fifth point which I was going to talk about is Vara. This word Vara is associated with a Sanskrit word called as Vasara. And Vasa means, Ra means Agni. So Vara means Agni's, where it is going to rest, it's called as Agni's resting point. And Agni is essential for every human being to live in this world. Your body is having a certain temperature, and that certain temperature is what is called as Agni. And the food what you eat is going to make you calories. After burning our own food, we are creating calories, and the calories are making the energy for you to perform certain work and actions for that particular day. So Vara is exactly the Agni's resting point. And where Agni will rest, where it will form and where it will rest, that all we are going to see. But Agni is very, very essential component. Now, what are we going to understand is what is Vara means. What is Vara means? Vara, as I said, it is ruled by Agni, and the planet which is ruler of the Agni is called as Mars. Mars is a planet which is, as per the Panchanga, the ruler of the Vara. And if you see Hindi words, many people will say the weekday today is, for example, is Shukravara. That is the right method of understanding the Vara. If you are not telling the name Vara, the concept of the Agni, which is staying inside, and when your words are saying that itself, should have that particular word's meaning. In Hindi and Sanskrit, the word is associated with Vara itself. So Shukra Vara. Shukra stands for Venus. Okay. Now, how that Vara has come from and where it is come from. So again, another question, right, in astrology. So when I started teaching people, my first question is how the Sunday, after Sunday, the Monday has come. And after Monday, Tuesday has come. And before before Friday, it was Thursday. How it was? Any idea? So they used to say, sir, my LKG teacher taught me like that, and I hope that it is same too. So it should come in that way. I see. So for many people who are not aware about this, let me tell you that this is again the concept which has been derived from the astrological principle, not somebody, the LKG teacher taught you. So it is again coming from the speed of the planets on a geocentrical system, which means we are taking Earth as the center and then rest of the bodies to rotate rest of the planetary force to rotate except the nodes to find out the Vara, and in which all the root element Vara is providing the life force. That is why you must be knowing two Rashis, which is called as Aries, which is called as Mesha in Hindi, and in Tamil it is called as Mesham. And another house which is called as Scorpio, which is called as Vrichak, and in Tamil it is Virchakam. Again, in English it's called Scorpio. These both houses, which are the Kala Purusha houses, I will explain Kala in a different next session. But the Aries is a first house, and when you count Aries, the 8th house will be Scorpio from Aries. So Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo. So we are driving the zodiac in a clockwise direction, and we are reaching to Scorpio, which is the 8th house. So as per the human being represented on the 12 houses, the first house is called as Jiva. Jiva means life. And the 8th house stands for longevity and the death. And Vara is directly associated with the longevity of any activity. That is why choosing a Vara, especially for the Muhurta, is very, very important. And today I am going to give you a tip of it. Now, many people will be traveling, right? Many people used to travel. And the purpose of travel is always you should have a goal to achieve. Nobody is traveling for no reasons, right? Everybody is going out, making a travel, and all the travel is having certain objective to be met. So if your objective has to be successful, you should understand who is the main planet which is controlling the activity of travel, which is called as Venus. The planet which is associated for travel is Venus. Venus gives the pleasure and the luxury and also the achievement and the travel, because you need enjoyment while traveling. You have certain objective. Somebody is going to meet their native, going to the native. How happy you are, right? When you are traveling, and when somebody is meeting his own friends, and they are starting a journey of 400 kilometers. And when you are meeting during the 400 kilometers, also your journey should be safe. Number one is safe. Second one is comfort. And the third one is the joy and the happiness when you are, because your friend at the receptive end also should receive you in such a way, the same kind of happiness both the people should share. If that is not happening, then what is the use of that travel? Imagine that when you are going on the way and your friend is calling you and telling, sorry, sir, I am sorry, dear, I am having one important meeting. I have to go and my boss has called me, and I'm sorry, exceptionally, I am extremely sorry because I'm leaving in a hurry. How disappointment you will have, correct? And imagine the bus in which you are traveling is meeting with an accident, and you are also getting hit into it, or the bus itself, the journey itself got cancelled at the last minute, or some unavoidable circumstance happens. How it will be? It's very tough, right? So we should understand the Venus is ruled by Taurus, which is Rishabha, and Tula, which is called as Libra. And if you notice the chart, the Aries and the Scorpio will be exactly opposite to the Taurus and Vrichaka. Taurus and Libra, sorry. Taurus and Libra, there will be a direct association with Aries, and they both will be opponent houses. Always opponents should be avoided. Why? Because we are expecting the longevity. Imagine somebody is packing and traveling, okay, and they have planned for 30 days. That is the longevity of the travel, correct? And also the longevity of yourself should be safe. These are two longevities in that. One is the longevity of the person itself, and the second is the longevity of the journey which he had planned for 30 days. Now imagine all the 30 days should be safe and his life also should be safe. So he should always plan in the Venus as a ruler. So which lagna, the muhurta, you can create horoscope these days easily through the softwares. So if anybody is not available, not aware about the softwares, kindly give your comments below. I will explain you which softwares, which apps are very easily you can make the muhurta horoscope by yourself. So you can just put the time, the date, and the approximate timing. You will have the muhurta map, muhurta chart by yourself. You see what is lagna. The lagna preferably should be a Venus lagna, especially Libra is the best for travel. Taurus is a second alternative because both are Venus. What is avoidable is Mars because it is exactly opposite. So what will happen in there is the longevity will be threatened. So there will be a problem in the aircraft or the bus which is traveling met with an accident. We don't want any kind of such ill events happening during our journey. Plus also imagine that I have planned for 30 days, which is my longevity. I should not curtail the particular 30 days to 20 days. What will happen? My 10 days has gone for no reasons. And I am disappointed that because my journey is not completely done. And my purpose of journey was 30 days to do some activity and you are called back within 20 days. So completely the journey's purpose and the objective, everything has been finished. So just remember, that is why the Venus is also the karaka for marriage, spouse. So anybody who is going to get married, the purpose is they need husband and the married life has to be pleasant. Imagine the marriage is happening on a Tuesday or the lagna of the marriage on that particular muhurta is Mars, then the person will be like a bachelor because Mars is exactly doing the opposite of Venus. Venus is making the marital companionship with another partner with whom we are saying a spouse and you are living together with happiness. Mars doing the reverse. It is making you a bachelor. So imagine a person is getting married and after that his company is transferring him for about 400 kilometers away and he has to leave the wife and going all the way for this thing. So why this is happening? Because this is happening because the muhurta in which you have joined the company should be of that of Mars. So what is happening? So the spouse is gone. You need to live there as a bachelor. So quality of time, that is why I have given in the backside picture, if you notice, I have given the time clock and the money. What is money? Money is not always associated with coin only. It is also associated with the resources. So for example, marriage, what is the resource? Is it money? No. My spouse is my resource. So my partner is my resource and she's living with me is my resource, correct? So always don't think that Hora is always associated with money only. No, there are wealth which is intangible also. It is not necessarily tangible. So there are two benefits of Hora. One is tangible, another is intangible benefits. So both the benefits when they are joined together makes the Hora perfect in order. So when you plan and manage your time, we are going to talk about this in detail in further courses because this is going to be a long course. Maybe I don't know how many sessions I will do in Hora and Muhurta. But since it is a very important topic, I want everybody to learn this topic. So I thought, let me give it free because this is a very essential element every human being should learn. And if they are using it to your advantage, you will be thankful to me for lifetime because I have made you to be very highly successful. And every good friend in your life always wants your success. Remember this. They will not have any kind of 6 weaknesses which human beings normally have. The Shadripus will not be there if it is a good friend. The good friend always look for success. And what I am doing now is I am treating each one of you who is hearing the video as my best friend or my best companion or my best partner and giving this free course for you to learn and use it to your advantage for success. And once you learn this course step by step, I am sure that you will follow the time as per your advantage to make things successful. So always don't blame that the horoscope or the time in which you are born is not good. Sorry, that is not only the factor. Even though it is one of the factor, it is not only that factor. You also can improve certain things through your management of time. That is why God has said, nobody can take birth in the perfect time. So what is success is all about the three factors. So that is what we are going to recap before ending. What is the three factors? One is about the concentration of mind. The second thing is about the determined effort by using the proper management of time techniques. And the third is about the will of God. So if you notice, only the will of God is only one. The rest two are in your hands. That is why free will is all about how are you using your free will to your advantage. That is why there are two buddhis. One is the buddhi which is associated for good things. Another one is called as durbuddhi. So durbuddhi is always for you to blame. Who is going to be blamed? You, because you had not taken that concept which is given by God to use it properly. And then whom to be blamed? Always it is you. So now, to understand the Vara, I have given you some examples. Now, there are some more examples I want to give before we end the show today, the session today. If you notice, there is a Rashi which is called as, we talked about Taurus, we talked about Libra. These two are ruled by Venus. And the opponents are Aries and Scorpio, which is Mars. Okay. Now let us talk about Mercury, which is ruler of Gemini and as well as Virgo, which is Mithuna or Maithuna and Kanya. The real word of Mithuna is called as Maithuna. So Maithuna and Kanya. So who is opposite to the houses of this Maithuna and Kanya is Dhanus and Meena, which is Sagittarius and Pisces. Who is the ruler? Mercury and Jupiter is standing on the opposite. So always remember, for business, Mercury is ruler of trade. If you are a businessman, Mercury is the best day to start any activity. Which day to be avoided is Jupiter, that is Guruvara, Thursday. Because Jupiter stands opposite to that of Mercury. Now you see, the Vara, the longevity, suppose if I want to start an activity of business and I have started the business on Thursday and the business have come to an end abruptly because you started on a Thursday. Somebody said that Thursday is the best and you had consulted few astrologers. Normally, remember one more thing. Astrologers always not necessarily would have learned Vedic astrology. Vedic astrology is a wonderful topic directly from Vedas. So those who have not studied Vedic astrology, they don't know all these factors. So a businessman coming to me asking that, sir, my business is not running properly. Do you remember that when do you start the activity? Maybe the business would have started on a Thursday. Then it will have some kind of problems because continuity, the longevity of the business will not be there. And let us come to the Cancer house, which is ruled by Moon. The opposite of the Cancer house is Capricorn, ruled by Saturn. So any activity of Moon, for example, somebody wants to get a healing. The disease is there and you are going for healing. The doctor said that take the treatment for 30 days, you will be completely healed. And you are going on a Saturday to meet the doctor. Will that healing is possible? No. Instead of 1 month, it will take 6 months for you to get healed. These are the simple techniques which people used to ignore. Then I will tell you the next Rashi, which is called as Leo. What is Leo? Which is ruled by Sun. Opposite to that is Rahu. That is why in the natural sky also, you can see that the Sun and Rahu causes eclipse. So whenever you try to do some activity of government, which is ruled by Sun, and you are taking some application form, you are going to a government office, okay, and you're choosing a time of Rahu, or you have choosing a time of uh, and the sun is the supplier of all the resources, and you are going in the Rahu or the Lagna of Rahu, what will happen? Eclipse. When eclipse happens, complete it is darkness. You will not get the light at all. And you will feel that you are cursed. Then you are running here and there to several astrologers for consultation. You are running with the horoscope. But what the astrologer has to do with your horoscope? You had chosen the time wrong. Any of the astrologers ask that, when have you started this activity? Then that person knows something bit of an astrology. Otherwise, he is not having any idea about astronomy, or neither he is having any idea about astrology. So management of time is very, very important topic. There is no use of having higher degrees, I'm telling you. If you manage your time properly, even if you are uneducated, you can make plenty of money. Because sun is such a giver, sattva. So much of sattva he has. Whether you like it or not, he is coming every day at sharp 6 a.m. to give you sunlight. And he is there until 6 p.m. to give you sunlight without any regret, unless there is some seasonal changes happening. Am I right or wrong? So if that sattvic, such a sattvic planet, supplier of all the resources, why we cannot follow the time? Simple. And moon, again, after giving you the resource, he's trying to rescue you by giving sustenance. And we never follow. So who has to be blamed? We ourselves. So the course is going to be having a thorough knowledge of such kind of topics coming. And I am only requesting that in case you subscribe our channel, some of the important sessions which we are going to conduct after the free course is over will not be given. So I recommend that those who are watching kindly do subscribe our channel, so that the additional topics which are very, very useful topics, which I am going to give that also in the free course, you can able to avail that video without any hindrance. If you are a non-subscriber, maybe you may not get the videos which are very important. Okay. And I'm also going to give some lot of practical examples for you to understand this wonderful science. I hope you enjoyed our video today. Kindly give as much like as you want. Share this topic to many of the people, because this video, I believe, you should help each and every individual you are meeting in that day. If you are a good human being, if you are having helping intentions, kindly share this video to as many number of people as you want. Because even when I started astrology, I was completely ignorant about all this. And when I've taken my life history and see that there are so many hits which it has come to me, all these things were occurred in a wrong muhurta. And when I understood this particular interesting topic of muhurta, thereafter the life is completely different. Today, if I am saying I don't need money, but still, if I use on the right muhurta or the right time, money will come and knock your door. Not only that, it will retain as well. It will remain, because you are using the knowledge of Hora and the knowledge of Vara. Both are Agni. And whenever the Agni is there, nothing can be destroyed. Can you destroy the Agni? You can never. That is why Agni can make or break things. It can make or break things. That is why, if you notice, in all the marriage muhurtas, Agni will be center point of attraction, because you are getting married in front of Agni. Because the Agni only gives you longevity. That is the purpose. In most of the marriages, we are creating a scenario called as homam, and the homas are conducted, and the priests are all present, and the fire element is there. Why do you think a fire should be there? What is the reason? Because it is ruled by Mars. It is governing the longevity of the couple. It is governing the longevity of the marriage. That is why. And also they are calling us muhurta. That muhurta will directly give destiny of that particular event takes place. So whichever the good muhurta, a clever, reasonable muhurta is taken, they will be successful. But if the wrong timing and the wrong days, wrong vara, if it is chosen, it will be destructive. So, but we don't want destructions anymore. That is why we had come out with the topic of success. And I want everyone of this channel to get success. And from today onwards, we are on the path of success. Everybody should get success. Never get demotivated because of failures. Because each and every failure, there will be a reason behind, because you had not chosen the time properly. Remember that and see this picture which is backside of me. Time is hora. Time is money. Time is a resource. Time is a provider of everything. Use it properly, you get whatever you want in your lifetime. Thanks for once again watching. Welcome and bye. For now, let us continue the video in the next series. Okay, this is going to be a series of video. So next video will be definitely follows. Thank you once again watching.